A warm welcome to all the participants. I, Dr. Deepika Pan, Department of English, Kumar University, Nainital, is really thankful to you for all love and warmth that you have shown through your responses. I'm very glad to be your host throughout this journey of 10 days, where we will be unfolding step by step various layers associated with communication. In our today's session, we will get an opportunity to understand in what ways soft skills are important for our lives. We should understand that although we cannot measure them just like any other hard skill, yet we cannot deny their importance in our lives. To help us understand this in a better manner, today we have with us Professor Usha Bande. She has till recently been a fellow of Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla. She has also been a visiting professor at Vishwa Bharati University, Shanti, Niketan, West Bengal. She was faculty of English literature at Government College of for Women. She retired as principal from Government College, Arki. She has worked for her doctorate on the novels of Anita Desai and has interpreted her characters from the angle of third force psychology. Her innovative approach has been highly praised by US scholars. She has numerous research papers and more than a dozen books to her credit. She completed a major UGC project on Indian short stories in 1998 and has worked recently in the field of women's studies at the Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, Shimla. She is also associated with the Institute for Integrated Himalayan Study, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, and has worked on 4 major projects under their auspices. Besides academic writing, Professor Bande is also fond of journalistic and creative writing, and she is a regular contributor to the Tribune, Alive, Women's Era, Times of India, Indian Express, and many other newspapers and magazines. She has considerable academic publications, some of which are Writing Resistance, a comparative study of women novelists, Ecology and folk tradition in Himachal Pradesh, Literature, Culture and Nature, Violence in Society, Literature and Media, Cultural Space and Diasporic Writing, Journey Metaphor in Women's Writing, Women in Indian Short Stories, a Feminist Perspective, Victim Consciousness in Indian English Literature, Mothers and Mother Figures in Indian Literature. Apart from this, she has more than 35 years of teaching experience. She has also been giving lectures on topics like soft skills, gender studies, and gender sensitization at National Academy for Audit and Account, Shimla, Himachal Pradesh Public Administration Institute, Shimla, Women's Study Center, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, and many other organizations and institutes. So now I request Bande ma'am to enlighten us and share with us her experiences and her understanding of this very essential topic known as soft skills, which we call as soft skills. And we should know that this topic is very pertinent in the present scenario. So it's better to understand it from somebody who is having a better understanding of the topic. So Bande ma'am, it's over to you. Now you're audible, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Okay, right. So here we go. Good morning, everybody. It's a very new experience for me, not teaching, but teaching online. So, thank you very much, Deepika.
Yes, ma'am.
And I now start. My today's topic is the importance of soft skills in life. Okay, before I start, I would like to give you a story. Deepika, I would like to ask you, is it okay to go only in English or shall I be bilingual? Hello?
It's your choice, ma'am.
No,
Be,
for the parties, for me it's
for the
okay.
Participants, I think it will be fine. It will be fine with the participants also.
Only in English?
No, both. You can
both.
Be bilingual. Yeah, you
right.
can be bilingual.
Right. So I'm going to narrate a story and you will see how soft skills matter in life. There was a king. His kingdom was very peaceful and prosperous. But he had one problem. One neighboring king used to trouble them a lot unnecessarily. And we understand what it means from life also, from real life experience of our country also. One day, a sadhu came to the king's kingdom and the king told him about his problem. The sadhu said, आपका जो इष्ट देवता है शिव भगवान, उनका मंदिर तो एक कोने में पड़ा हुआ है आपके राज्य के. Shift it to the center of your kingdom and everything will be okay. So what the king did, he sent his people and asked them to measure entire kingdom and find out the center. Luckily or unluckily, where there was center, there was the farm and a small hut of a farmer. The officers of the king and the soldiers and all, they went there and they said to the farmer, खाली करो, जगह खाली करो, राजा ने कहा है. अब फार्मर बोलते है मेरी तो जमीन है, मैं कहाँ जाऊंगा. ही डिडंट डू इट. उन्होंने कहा हम 2 दिन के बाद आएंगे और आपको ये खाली करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपकी झोपड़ी तोड़ देंगे. So after 2 days they came and they started pulling down the hut. They started just throwing out the things. The farmer ran to the king and he said, महाराज आपके राज्य में ये कैसा अन्याय हो रहा है. The king said, what happened? He told him what had happened and his king said, come on, I'll come with you. When he went there, he saw whatever the things were, they were all thrown out and his children were out and all that. The king scolded his men and he said to his men, farmers are very important for any country. इनकी झोपड़ी अभी बना दो और इनको तंग नहीं करना है. The farmer was happy. The king went away. After a fortnight, the king goes again to the farmer and he says, मैं आया हूँ आपकी देखने के लिए कि वेलफेयर देखने के लिए अब है कैसे. वो फार्मर तो बिल्कुल पांव पड़ गया. कहता है महाराज आप मेरी झोपड़ी में आए हैं. और फिर उसने कहा कि किंग ने, राजा ने बताया, you know what, our problem is we have to shift the Shiv Mandir over here and your farm is the center of our kingdom. If suppose I give you a very good fertile land and have a very good house built for you, a pakka house for you, would you like to shift? I won't force you. अगर तुम्हारी इच्छा हो तभी होगा. अब फार्मर तो पाँव पड़ गया. कहता है कि महाराज आप तो मालिक हैं, आप जो मर्जी बताइए, मैं करने को तैयार हूँ. The farmer got a good land and his house was also built, a small pakka house, and the mandir was shifted. So the story ends here. But for us, it doesn't end here. We see certain things. Had it been a, say, open classroom, I would have asked you, but now I will answer it. What do you see here? First, the soft skills or the communication skill of the king. Look at his managerial skill. He was a king, he could have said, चलो हटो यहाँ से, हम यहाँ पे मंदिर शिफ्ट होगा. He could do that, but he didn't do that. And this skill, managerial skill, communication skill, his ability to handle both the things very well, these are some of the things that display his character. And
Ma'am,
yeah,
can I say something?
yeah, sure. Who is speaking?
You can ask at the end. I mean,
yeah, sure.
Okay, participants, we'll be having
Okay,
question
ma'am.
and answer session.
Yes.
No, ma'am. Question, not question, but my opinion.
Yeah,
Through
I
the
want
story.
your opinion. Yes, sure. हाँ.
वो एक कहावत है ना, अगर आपके पास, अगर आपका बोल मीठा हो तो आप नीम भी बेच सकते हैं, अगर आपका बोल कड़वा हो तो आप
हाँ.
शहद भी नहीं बेच सकते.
बिल्कुल
तो
ठीक है.
इस स्टोरी में यही
हाँ.
मुझे समझ आया.
Exactly. So it leads us to communication. Communication आप जैसे मर्जी कर सकते हैं. और कम्युनिकेशन आपका अगर क्लियर नहीं होगा, बिकॉज दिस एंटायर से प्रोग्राम इज ऑन कम्युनिकेशन, माइन इज ओनली ऑन सॉफ्ट स्किल. सो आपने भी बिल्कुल ठीक कहा कि अगर बोल मीठे हो तो हम कोई भी काम करवा सकते हैं, और कड़वे से कड़वा काम भी हम अच्छी तरह से करवा सकते हैं. दिस इज वेयर आई एम लीडिंग नाउ. नाउ दीपिका, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड.
Okay, I'll share the
Yeah.
slide. Wait a minute, ma'am.
Now you will look up. Can you see the slide?
Participants, can you see the slide?
Soft skills.
Yeah,
और वो
ma'am.
पेड़ जैसा बना हुआ है.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I have gone.
No,
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
you are there. We can hear you.
I am
and we
gone.
can- No, no, you are there. Please stop
see
writing on the
myself.
screen and mute yourself, participants.
अच्छा ठीक है, चलो थोड़ा सा दिख रहा है.
All the participants are request to mute yourself. Otherwise,
Now the voice is gone.
we won't be able to hear properly.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible now.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
If you look up this second slide, you will find that there is a small tree
Yeah.
on one side. Of course, soft skills on the other. And on that, there are certain questions. The questions are, what is soft skill? What are soft skills? How do we develop them? Where do we find them? When do we develop them? There are 5 questions. And I'm now trying to answer these questions. Okay. Next, first of all, let us think of some basic soft skills. The third slide,
Yes, ma'am.
Deepika, has it come?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. These are first basic communication skills. This is what we learned in the story. Second, third slide we are doing. Yeah, third slide, that blue one.
Okay.
Interpersonal
Please,
skills.
all the participants, please mute yourself. Participants, please mute yourself. Otherwise, we won't be able to hear properly.
Yeah, it's a disturbance in between.
Yeah, because they have opened their mic. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right. So basic skill, interpersonal skills. These are the interpersonal skills that the king showed. Then we have teamwork. Then next is leadership skill, and then flexibility and or adaptability. These are some of the skills on which, and various other skills we shall be focusing now. Now here we go. Next slide, fourth one.
Yes, ma'am.
Soft skills. You will look up at this slide and you will find that, see, so many soft skills have been shown here. They are very valued soft skills. Teamwork, communication, public speaking. No, this fourth one, leave it, fourth one.
Oh.
Fourth one.
Fourth one, blue one.
Yeah,
This
these
one.
are the various soft skills I have shown you. Stress management comes under stress management, time management, decision making. All these things, they come under soft skills. But the basic ones that I have shown you are communication skills, interpersonal skills, teamwork, leadership, and flexibility. So our next is, what are soft skills? Deepika, fourth one.
Yes, ma'am.
Fourth one.
Yes, ma'am.
What are soft skills? Now see, soft skills are a combination of our human skills. They are called person skills also, social skills, and communication skills. They are a combination of all this, which you have already seen in the story. Then soft skills are our personal traits. There are hard skills and there are soft skills. I'm coming to hard skills and soft skills after a while. But let us first understand what are soft skills. They are our personality traits, our attitudes, social intelligence, and emotional intelligence. Nowadays, a lot of stress is on social intelligence and emotional intelligence. If we fail at that, then we fail in life. If we fail miserably, We fail miserably in life. If you have been reading or keeping track of Sushant Rajput's suicide, lots of uh, papers are covering social intelligence and emotional intelligence in his case, which led to depression. We are not going to discuss that, but I just gave you a small example. Next slide, Deepika.
Yes, ma'am.
Next slide. Now, the question is, why soft skills? That tree I showed you, it had certain questions. Now, our next question is, why soft skills? So, now tell me, why soft skills? Slide number 6, Deepika.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, we have to work well with our people, with others. We perform well if we have good soft skills. We achieve success. They help facilitate human connection. Now, here I stop for a while and I say, even if we are students, there must be some students in this group. So, even if you are a student, you need soft skill not only for your success with your parents, with your teachers, with your peers, but also think of the next part of your life where in your profession you will need soft skills a lot. Next. Now, K.D. Robinson, her quotation I have given here, soft skills are key to building relationships, gaining visibility. If you have good soft skill, you will be visible for your teachers. I am now talking to students. Very visible, and the teacher generally says, "Arey, isko de do kam, ye bahut acha karta hai." And creating more opportunities for advancement. This Kathy Robinson is the founder of Turning Point. Next. Now you will ask me when to develop soft skill. When to develop soft skill, it is the slide is number 8. When to develop soft skill. So at every stage of life, you need soft skill. Academic field, workplace, social dealings, friends, families. If your soft skills are good, you are a success. Next. Now, next is how to identify and develop your soft skill. How do you identify? You know how to identify our soft skill. Now, say, I will give you a small story now, and you will understand certain things out of that story. There were beehives, and there was a meeting of bee leaders, bee leaders. A and B, they were from A beehive and B beehive. They went to the meeting and they came back. It was decided that in one day, that hive which collects more honey will get a reward, will be awarded. So both A and B leaders, when they come back to their respective hives, A tells them, "Come on, go, and as much as honey you can collect tomorrow, go and collect it and come back." B beehive, she says, leader says, "Listen, we have to have more honey today in one day. Any hive which has got more honey will be rewarded. So I want you to go and collect as much as honey as possible throughout the day." Now you will see that this is a leadership quality which has got very clear communication. And naturally you will know which beehive is collected more and which leader is better. You can immediately understand, yes, somebody wants to speak. I can see someone here. It is the bee queen, B, number B. So these people, they win the race or they win the award. Now, that is what we see. Every stage of life, we need it. We identify our basic communication, basic skills, soft skills. And now, how do we develop? That is a very important question that anybody can ask. So I have gotten the next slide. Number 5 is how to develop. We have to make conscious efforts and practice it consistently, consciously. Observe and mimic positive soft skills. I will come to positive soft skill. Soft skill only doesn't mean speaking well or having a good communication skill, but that communication has to be very positive. And we are coming to that after a while. Set milestone goals that, yes, I am going to do this within this time. Find resources to help you learn. Find resources to help you learn means, say, if you feel your teacher can help you, if you feel that such and such a TED talks are there, they are very good. Some of the talks we are getting on YouTube, they are also good. So find something that can give you this kind of a training, not maybe consciously, maybe you imbibe it. This can be done. Now, a very important thing is attitudinal change. This is slide number 11, Deepika. Attitudinal change. Now, I want to ask you, what is attitude? We all know. And this word is being used a lot in many fields. And it is used in a wrong manner also. I have heard many young girls saying, "Are uska to bada attitude hai." Not that. But attitude is a mindset. It is the way you look at things mentally. If your attitude is positive, your body language, your communication, you're dealing with people, everything will be positive. Now, I will first give you a quotation, and uh, Elwood N. Chapman, he has written a book, Attitude, Your Most Priceless Possession. Next slide. Quotation is there. Yeah. A positive attitude is the outward manifestation of a positive mind that dwells primarily on positive matters. So, positive attitude will reflect every time you speak. Now, see, I'm going to give you again a small example. One man gets up early in the morning, opens his eastern window, he sees beautiful sunrise, and he says, "Good morning, God. Good morning, God." Another man at the same time opens his window, eastern window. He also sees the same sunrise, and he says, "Good God, morning." Now you will see 3 words: good, morning, God. 3 words are there: good. Good morning, God. When you say good morning, God, you know what it means. But if you change the order of the words, good God, morning, it completely changes the sense. It is a very negative expression. Same words, but how we put the words matters. Good morning, God. And how you say it. When somebody comes to you and say, "Good morning, madam," you understand what it means, right? Now, next. So, for soft skills, a positive attitude is a must. Now, next this, stop pushing the door hard. Stop pushing so hard on the door looking for happiness. It opens inward. This is a very, very interesting quotation. What we do, we try to find happiness. Now, all these soft skills and all this, and ultimately it leads to happiness. It has to lead to happiness, and our search is for happiness. So, you look inside, the door opens inside, and you must have heard the word Atmanam Vidhi in Sanskrit, and in the Greek mythology and everywhere, it is always look within. And look within is a very important word. And it shows us that looking inside us is the most important thing for us. And we can find happiness inside, not outside. Next. It is number probably 12 or 13. Now look at this. You separate them. Just do nothing. Okay? It is impossible. And then you join the two things. It is just do it. Nothing is impossible. This is attitude. I am explaining to you attitude. One is negative attitude. Just do nothing. Separate the two things. It is impossible. Join those two walls and you see, just do it. Nothing is impossible. Next. Next. Now see a short sentence but very meaningful sentence. No poison can kill positive thinker. No medicine can cure negative thinker. So positivity is a quality that God has given us, and it leads us to success. Now see, it is placebo effect. Placebo, you know placebo effect? It is a psychological term. Suppose somebody has got headache, and everyday headache. Now you know that giving medicine for headache is not something good every day. So what you do, that person is probably not very aware or not very educated, whatever it is. You give him one vitamin tablet and you say, "Ab खा के देखना." थोड़ी देर के बाद पूछना, वो कहेगा, "हाँ, मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है." Another example which is always given of placebo effect is, it is a psychological effect. And I will give you two small examples. हाथी को आप एक चेन से बांध दो और उसको अवेयरनेस होने दो कि वो चेन से बंधा हुआ है. उसके बाद बिल्कुल बारीक चेन बांध दो. हाथी जो बड़े बड़े पेड़ भी उखाड़ता है, उसको बारीक चेन से बांध दो, वो हिलेगा ही नहीं, उसको लगेगा मैं बंधा हुआ हूँ. Another example, psychologically it was tested. There was one prisoner. उसको एक कमरे में बंद कर दिया और उसको कहा कि हम आपको आज एक इंजेक्शन देंगे और धीरे धीरे आपका ब्लड गिरता जाएगा और by the morning you will be dead. He was a criminal and of course he was to be hanged next day. So this was psychological testing. उन्होंने उसको इंजेक्शन रात को लगा दिया, सुई निकाल दी, सुबह देखा तो आदमी he was dead. Then the psychologist came out with their theory. उन्होंने इंजेक्शन सिर्फ सुई चुभाई थी, उसमें से ब्लड नहीं गिर रहा था. उन्होंने साथ का बाथरूम में नल का बारीक खोल के रखा था और धीरे 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 एक एक बूंद गिर रही थी. उस आदमी को लगा मेरे खून की बूंद गिर रही है. टप 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 आवाज आ रही थी. एंड द साइकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट वाज सो मच दैट ही वाज डेड द नेक्स्ट टाइम. So what I want to say, psychologically it is possible to change. And that placebo effect, we can change our thinking. We can change our thinking to positivity. Now let us see, when we are negative, what happens, and when we are positive, what happens. Next slide, please. So it is generally our attitude, बच्चों का खासकर, students का, I can't do this. Now see, this is your attitude on the left side. In below, chances of success. On the right, there is a pole or arrow halfway, and then that is 50%. If you say, I can't, you won't. If you say, oh, I wish I could, your inner mind will say, but I don't know how to do it. You are going ahead, changing yourself. Third, I think I might. And your inner saying, acha, I want to. Then you go to 50%. You say, I think I can. When you say, I think I can, you have won 50% of your race. You go further. You say, I will. Will is your assertion. I will. And when you say, I will, you do it. Your mind says, I can. And when you say, I will, and I can, your attitude changes. And one day you come to your madam. I'm talking again to students. And you say, Madam, I have done it. I have done it. So you achieve 100% result. This is what your change in the attitude does to you. Now, next, please. And with this, 17 number, what we have to make in our life, we have to make a big switch. Look at the left one, look at the right one. I want you, by the time this lecture ends and by the time this course ends within a week, I want you to have that smiley, big smile, not the other one. So we are making a big change. We are going to change with our soft skill, change in our attitude, change in our soft skill. Next. As I said, next, that soft skill is not only communication skills. Now, today and tomorrow, maybe lots of lectures will be there for you on communication skills, body language, and all these things. They make a great role. Communication, what do you understand by communication? Anybody, any participant, please? What do you understand by communication? Yes?
Communication is the way by which we put our views.
Okay. There is more to communication. Generally, what we think, I'm now continuing, Deepika. Generally, what we think, communication means bolna, communicate karna. No,
नहीं मैम,
communication is
आपको एक गुड कम्युनिकेट होने से पहले एक अच्छा लिसनर होना पड़ता है.
very good. That is what I'm. Very good, very good. Who is speaking?
मैम नागमा यास्मीन.
ओके नाउ आपको एक बहुत अच्छा लिसनर होना पड़ता है एंड लिसनिंग इज अ वेरी एज इम्पॉर्टेंट एज स्पीकिंग and listening, understanding body language. These are some of the things. I am not touching much on them because you are going to have, I don't want to snatch other people's pleasure of talking to you. And see, one quotation is there. It says, our problem is we listen to answer. We don't listen to understand. If we listen does not mean only our activity of hearing. Listen means understanding as well. And another is interpersonal skills. What are interpersonal skills? Interpersonal skills are those skills that are necessary for relating and working with others. It has got verbal and non-verbal communication, listening, giving and receiving feedback, and much more. Now I'm going to show you 3 very interesting slides. Okay, and they will show you how at very many stages in our interpersonal skill we fail. Maybe unintentionally, maybe intentionally, maybe because our mind at that time is not working properly. So come along. Our transaction styles. What do they say? Now, next slide, please. A very simple question. What time is it? And you look at the time and you say 3 o'clock. Simple answer, simple question. What time is it? And many times you will simply answer, okay. Now see, कोई चिड़ा हुआ आदमी आपका बॉस है, आपके टीचर है, कोई भी है, गुस्से में है, आपने किसी ने पूछा what time is it? Forget about what time it is. Get the report finished. So this is one way of answering the same question. Now look at the next. Yeah. What time is it? Counter question. What time do you think it is? Again, 100 o'clock. Exactly. Now this is a very satirical question, satirical answer, and it shows the attitude or the mood of the person. It happens many times in our life also. तुम क्या सोचते हो? अच्छा, हम अपने आप ही क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, अपने आप ही उसका जवाब देते हैं. Now we come to a very important aspect of what are the two categories of communication. Marisa Morby. So she is a very expert on human relations and other things. She says there are two things, internal and external. So internal soft skills are self-confidence, self-confidence, self-awareness, accepting criticism, critical thinking, resilience, and a growth mindset. Attitude should be towards growth. These are our, I've given only a few. These are our internal. And if you look up emotional quotient, emotional intelligence, these are the very things that are important, for which I'll come. I hope, Deepika, I'm not overriding my time. We started at about 10:15. I'll finish at about 11, okay? Then external, your communications and interpersonal skills, adaptability, networking with people, and influencing and negotiating with people. These are negotiating, influencing, etc. At student level, probably you don't need it. But when you are not going to be student all the time, you're going ahead in life, and you will need this if you join some company. And these days, companies are giving lots of stress on soft skills. They are spending a lot of money on training their people in soft skills. If you are getting this opportunity in your university and college to be trained at this, I think you are lucky that way. Next. I have given... Now, external soft skills, more soft skills I have given. External are communication, conflict management, diversity and inclusion, emotional intelligence, empathy, interpersonal skills, and teamwork. Now, I want to ask you, can anybody tell me a small definition of what is a team? Now, we are all working as a team today and every time. Even in a classroom, we are a team. What is a team? I leave this question to you. Think over it. I'm going to tell you with one slide what is a team later on, afterwards. Now, internal soft skills, adaptability. Your assertiveness. You have to be assertive, but very politely. Critical thinking, growth mindset, motivating yourself. Motivation is very important. Problem solving, self-awareness, self-confidence, stress management. I have told you this, and a small story for you now, and you will tell me, what, if possible, what is it. There was a farmer. He was working in his farm. Barn होता है ना, छोटा सा store house. उसमें वो घास रख रहा था. At that time, his watch fell down, wristwatch. गिर गया. He started searching. Watch कहीं नहीं मिला. अब वो बहुत इधर उधर की, घास कहीं नहीं मिला. वो वॉच उसको बहुत अच्छी लगती थी, दादा परदादा की थी, और वो नहीं खोना चाहता था. बीच में साथ में दूसरे फार्मर्स के छोटे छोटे बच्चे खेल रहे थे. उन्होंने उनको बुलाया, कहा बच्चों देखो तो जरा मेरी वॉच ढूंढो. बच्चे आए, जैसा कि 14 साल के बच्चों का होता है, खूब इधर उधर सब कुछ किया. वॉच नहीं मिली. कहते अंकल वी कांट फाइंड इट, वी आर गोइंग टू प्ले. वन बॉय, he stood back and he said, well, if you don't mind, can I take 10 minutes and try to find the watch? Farmer कहता है देख लो, अब अभी तक तो मिली नहीं, तुम ट्राई कर लो. Within 10 minutes, the boy comes with a watch and he says, uncle, is this your watch? He says, oh my God, how could you find it? Where did you find it? The little boy answers this question, but I want you to ask you, how could he find the watch when so many people could not find the watch? What could have been his answer? उसका जवाब क्या हो सकता है? Anybody?
Ma'am, he keep his mind positive though in negative situation or the disaster situation.
हाँ, बोलो बोलो.
He might be possessing a good forbearance level.
हाँ, बोलो. Somebody speaking. Probably Aman is speaking. Okay, I have less time, so I will answer the question. The boy
Stress
came with a
में
watch. हाँ.
स्ट्रेस
Who
में
is
था
speaking?
क्योंकि वो इसलिए नहीं ढूंढ पाया.
नहीं, audible नहीं है. Your
Ma'am,
voice is not on.
Ma'am, please put
Ma'am,
more.
stress management is the answer because he dealt with the pressure well.
हाँ.
Ma'am,
अच्छा.
teamwork is always better than a single person.
अच्छा. Okay, I'll tell you. Right. What happens is, he says, Uncle, what I did, I put my ear down on the floor. When I heard the tick tick, from where I heard the tick 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 of the watch, I just went and I saw, and I could find over there. Now we don't say कि वो घड़ी की आवाज नहीं आती. पुरानी जमाने की घड़ी की आवाज आती थी. रिस्ट वॉच की आजकल साइलेंसर लगाए, आजकल नहीं आती. So I had a discussion about this in one class. So they said, मैडम आवाज तो आती नहीं है घड़ी की, इतनी दूर से तो आएगी नहीं, मगर पुरानी वॉच में बहुत जोर की आवाज आती थी. You may not have seen it. I have seen it. मेरे से पहले भी लोगों ने देखी होंगी. Okay. So what happens is, now we try to find some of the qualities of this boy which come under soft skill, external, internal, as well as emotional intelligence. And I will quickly tell you that first, this boy is very innovative compared with other boys. They were not very sincere in their work. They were robust young boys. आ गए, खेला खेला, इधर उधर घास फेंकी, चले गए. This boy has got some qualities. He is innovative. He knows how to utilize that silence. He uses that silence, and he is sincere in his effort. फार्मर ने उनको रिवॉर्ड भी देना था, उसको रिवॉर्ड नहीं चाहिए था. उसको सिर्फ अपना एक कुछ करने का वो था, और ये था कि भाई मैं कुछ करूंगा, और उसने करके दिखाया. सो दिस इज अगेन वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ पर्सनल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ दैट बॉय विच कम्स अंडर सॉफ्ट स्किल. नेक्स्ट, सॉफ्ट स्किल को सिर्फ आपने बात करना नहीं सोचना है. नाउ बेनिफिट्स ऑफ सॉफ्ट स्किल. नेक्स्ट, दीपिका. It improves a person's ability to manage himself and herself, be more adaptable, be active by actively listening to others and empathizing with others, understanding others' viewpoint, critical thinking. It enhances your critical thinking. Now that boy, he has got this critical thinking कि मैं ऐसे करूंगा तो ऐसे होगा. Now literature वाले criticism नहीं सोचना है इसको. Critical thinking, you know what it is by and large, general. Have more self-confidence and advance in career development by having more effective networking. If you have good communication, good soft skills, not communication only, but good soft skill, you will have a good networking. Now see, what we think of networking today, many people think only that you have got so much of following on Facebook or social media, it's networking. No, this networking is real networking with people. Now we come to the next slide. Blue slide hai, Deepika. Soft skills and hard skills, understanding the difference. Deepika, please. Yes. इसे आगे कर देना. Next, understanding the difference. Next, please. इसे आगे वाली. हाँ हाँ. I don't want to touch it. It will go. So हाँ, ये वाला, ये this one. हाँ, number 26. Yeah. Now see, hard skills are those which are measurable and which we have gained. For example, you become an engineer, you become a doctor. These are your technical skills or your hard skills. Reading, writing, mathematics, ability of mathematics, these are all hard skills which you have acquired. But by contrast, soft skills are the traits that make you good employee, such as etiquette, communication, listening, getting along with other people. This no institution teaches you or used to teach. Nowadays they are teaching, but earlier they never used to teach. Next. So hard skill versus soft skills. Research conducted at Harvard University and Carnegie Foundation and Stanford Research Center, they say 85, look here, register, 85% of job success comes from good soft skills, and only 15% job skills come from success comes from hard skill. You may be a very good engineer, you may be a very good you may have got very good marks at your MBA, but if your soft skills are not leading you anywhere, you will not achieve the success you want to achieve. Job में तो आप रहेंगे. You know what sometimes people say? That hard skills can take you up to the door, but soft skills can give you entry inside and keep you inside. So look at the next slide. I have given it just visual, and so 85% success comes because of soft skills. Job success. When there is job success, there is happiness. Job happiness, job satisfaction, which is very important. Next, soft skills for your career. Communication, written and verbal, teamwork, adaptability. Sometimes, we are not flexible. We become very adamant, but it should be adaptability, problem solving. Soft skill enhance your ability to solve problems, solve conflicts, critical observation, and leadership. So, leadership qualities are also developed because of soft skills. Now, hard skills versus, is it the same thing? But in another, some CEOs were interviewed by Fortune 500, and they also found that 75% long-term jobs. Initially, I said 85. That is success in job initially. But now, keeping in the job, 75% long-term success comes from good soft skills. Now, you will say leadership. Good leadership requires deep human qualities beyond conventional notions of authority. What do we think of leader? We say leader has got authority. This is conventional. Forget it. But now you must have deep human qualities, sympathy, empathy, good communication, and all these you understand. Integrity, sincerity, these are the things. दीपिका थोड़ा पीछे करना एक स्लाइड, ये आगे की, yes, इससे आगे. Yes. Now I said, what is a team? Team is less me and more we. इसी को करो. हाँ. What is a team? Team is less me, more we. In a good leader will never say I have done it. He will always say we have done it. Okay, time is still there, so I'll give you a small example. Long back when I was teaching in a college, I was in NCC, and we went for Republic Day camp in Delhi. So naturally I was the leader as a teacher. We had to do some work. There is a flag area, and over there लिपापुती करनी पड़ती है गोबर से, और उसको सुंदर बनाना पड़ता है, उसको डेकोरेट करना पड़ती है. मस्ट हैव सीन दीज फ्लैग पोस्ट एट पुलिस पोस्ट या आर्मी में बहुत ज्यादा है. तो हमारे बच्चों को हमने कहा दिल्ली की ठंड 15-16 जनवरी की, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड हाउ कोल्ड इट वाज. अब मैंने कहा अगर मैं इन बच्चों से कहूँ कि आप ये करो, तो जाती होगी. I said, come on, girls and boys. I am going to bring water in the bucket. और आप में से कौन है जो इसको पोतेगा? और सारे बच्चे आ गए, कहते मैडम यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू ब्रिंग द वाटर, वी आर गोइंग टू डू इट. और व्हाट हैपेंड नेक्स्ट डे, वी वन दैट. Ours was the first. So that thing, we is very important for leadership quality. The next qualities that make a great leader, we know it all, but I am quickly going over it. Honesty, ability to delegate. सारा काम अपने ऊपर नहीं लेना है, delegate करना है. Effective communication, sense of humor, very important. Don't be tight-lipped, have sense of humor. Confidence, commitment, positive attitude, ability to inspire, and creativity. Now, you must have heard or even sung that song, We Can Overcome. हम होंगे कामयाब. किसको आता है? कौन गाएगा? 2-4 लोग गाओ. हम होंगे कामयाब. बोलो.
होंगे कामयाब.
एक
कामयाब. एक
दिन
ओ मन में
है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.
That's all. Now see, this is a motivational song, and for students, स्कूलों में तो बहुत गाते हैं ये, और colleges में भी गवाते हैं. This song is based on, just little bit of general knowledge, is based on African folklore tune, and this song has become so. Bas. This we could sing, but now time is less. This song has become so popular that it has been translated into almost all languages of the world. When I was under one program in Canada, it was French Canada, we sung this in Hindi, English, and French. So what I want to say is, such songs, such ideas, say motivating people, all come under that one part of communication. It may not be soft skill, but it is a part of soft skill. Something a little bit more for you, general knowledge. एक बड़ा पॉपुलर सॉन्ग है, पूरे दुनिया में गाया जाता है. क्या आप बता सकते हैं कौन सा हो सकता है? Okay, I'll tell to save time. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you is a song. It has been translated into almost all languages, and this is again two African American sisters in America. They were running a school for orphans. एक बच्चा आया, बहुत उदास था. उसने उन टीचर ने पूछा क्या हो गया, उदास क्यों? कहता आज मेरा बर्थडे है. उन्होंने इमीडिएटली, एक सिस्टर अच्छा करना आता था, उसने हैप्पी बर्थडे टू जॉन ऐसे बोल के गाना शुरू कर दिया, एंड द एंटायर स्कूल वाज फुल ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. एंड दिस इज हाउ सम ऑफ द सॉन्ग्स, स्मॉल थिंग्स, दे मेक अस हैप्पी. Now, I refer to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions. What we do, we hide our emotions. To express them, understand people's emotions, and handle relationship judiciously. Just 1 second, please. You look at the next slide. Next slide, Deepika, please. Understand, emotional intelligence is very important these days for at every stage of life. Understanding emotions, using emotions, perceiving emotions, and managing emotions. That is, managing doesn't mean कि हमने emotional हो गए और रोना शुरू कर दिया. नहीं, you manage your emotions properly, yet you help other people. Now, emotional intelligence has got 4 very important things about which I mentioned earlier. Slide, पिछली slide, please. Self-awareness. If you are not aware of yourself, you can't have, you must be aware of your own weaknesses. Then you can get over them. Motivation, I have just talked to you about motivation. Empathy. Now, people from English can simply understand very quickly what is the difference between empathy and sympathy. For others, I'll tell sympathy is daya. कोई भिखारी देखते, कोई मांगने वाला देखते, आपको दया आती है, वो उसके कपड़े नहीं पहने, ठंडी है, आप उसको एक स्वेटर दे देते हैं, दया है. एम्पैथी में उसकी तकलीफ को आप अपनी तकलीफ महसूस करते हैं. इट इज many people don't want sympathy, but they want empathy. Empathy is likable and people want it, right? People with empathy and compassion are simply better at connecting with other people. And then social skills. We should be socially aware. We all understand what are social skills. Again, I have given, because emotional intelligence is important. So next, emotional intelligence is the ability to identify your own emotions and those of others, to self-motivate ourselves. Self-motivate. First, you should be motivated as a teacher. Then only you can motivate others. And know how to monitor our emotions and those of other people around us. Emotional intelligence is a must-have. Next. Emotional intelligence is a must-have quality, soft skill for leaders, right? And so, what are they? Some of the phrases that we use. Tell me more. That is, use your curiosity. Emotionally intelligent leader know how to communicate with empathy. Use the phrase, I appreciate you, to your younger people or to your juniors, particularly teachers जो बड़े हैं. हाँ, yes, उनकी गलती निकालो, मगर पहले उनको appreciate कर दो. Students, nobody like to be said, अरे ये गलत कर दिया, मगर गलती तो बतानी है टीचर को, क्योंकि आपको रामायण का एक दोहा, एक लाइन आपको बताते हैं, सचिव वैद्य गुरु तीन जो प्रिय बोल ही भयास, राज धर्म तन तीन कर हो ही बेगी ही नाश. गुरु, डॉक्टर, वैद्य और मंत्री, इनको सच बोलना चाहिए, मगर सच कड़वा होता है, उसको हम थोड़ा सा शुगर कोटेड बना के बोल सकते हैं. बोलो, आई अप्रिशिएट यू. एवरीबडी लाइक्स टू बी अप्रिशिएटेड. देन टेक अदर्स ओपिनियन. व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस? देन अपना अपना जो करना है वो करो, आपको डिसीजन आपका है, बट आस्क व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस. देन सपोज यू डोंट एग्री विद समबडी. You next slide. Next slide, please. दीपिका, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड.
Yes.
नहीं, इससे पीछे, इससे पीछे. हाँ. Okay. If you don't agree, don't say, I don't agree with this. No. Even to your juniors, I have a different opinion. I have a different perspective. If somebody is sad, ask, are you okay? Any problem today? And most important and most difficult, I am sorry. If you have done, if you feel that your decision was not correct, it has landed people in difficulty or something, you should always be open to say, I am sorry. If it had been a class, I would have asked you to raise hands, but I simply ask you, but don't expect. I hope, but still, one or two people can tell me. How many of you can say, I am sorry? How many of you can say, I'm sorry?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. You don't have that ego issue?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am. No, we don't have any
Good.
ego issue.
No, ma'am. We don't have any ego issues.
Anyway, can't hear. Right, next slide. You know, we should not have that ego issue. हमको बहुत, किसी को बोलो ना सॉरी बोलने के लिए, वो नहीं बोलता. One small incident, one small story. One father with two children, small children, a boy and a girl, he goes to a departmental big store, mall, big store. So the girl, she hits the boy. The boy starts weeping. The father says, Annie, say sorry to John. She says, I won't say sorry. छोटे बच्चों को बड़ा बुरा लगता है sorry बोलना. She says, I won't say sorry. Annie, say sorry to your brother. No, I won't say sorry. इतने में एक और लेडी आती है, उसका जो ट्रॉली है वो लड़की को लग जाती है, लड़की गिरने लगती है. The man says to the woman, Madam, will you say sorry to my daughter? वो अजनबी लेडी वो कहती, Why should I say sorry to your daughter? फिर उसने इसको धीरे से बताया, I am teaching my daughter to say sorry. She is not saying sorry to the younger brother, she hit him. So if you tell her that I am sorry, she will understand the importance of sorry. और लेडी ने कहा, अच्छा ये बात है. Then she said, little Annie, I am sorry. And Annie was very happy, and she went to the brother and she says, John, I am very sorry. So this is how we can inculcate in childhood. Those who have children, they can inculcate this right from the beginning, this concept of saying sorry. Acha, next, who moved my cheese? This is a very, very important book. It's a very small book, and I recommend that you read this book because it shows us that what all our problems of soft skills or even in dealing with people are, we don't want change. We are scared of change. In this Who Moved My Cheese, the basic idea is how our comfort zone, we must leave our comfort zone. And this book gives you that idea. Then there are some very good books. One of the books, I think you'll be able to see it, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Read this, a good book, in order to change yourself. You know, see, giving a lecture on soft skills is very easy. Changing is difficult. You have to make conscious effort of that. I have given you a lecture. It's okay. But that change is to be brought in by you. Now, I have written this next slide. Personal skills and social skills. These are repetitions. And if you just go through it quickly, and you will understand. Now, what you have to do. This is a very interesting picture. I liked it, so I give it here. Yes, please. Disconnect and live in the moment. That will make you happy. Don't live in the past. Let go the past. It is difficult to let go the past. It's very easy. किसी ने आपको कुछ बोला है, आप सारा वक्त उस पे सोचते रहते हैं. It is easy to say let go, but like children forget within 1 minute. आप उनको एक थप्पड़ मारो, 2 मिनट रोएंगे, भाग जाएंगे खेलने. So have that spirit of childhood. Okay, before I go further, and I'm going to close now. Of course, in this class, there is no possibility of asking lots of questions in between, because when all these mics are open, then the audibility is very less. But I want to ask you, nobody asked me, or maybe this question should be in your mind, why are they called soft skills? Can anybody answer this? Because you will be listening to this a lot these 5-6 days. Now, why they are called soft skill, the others are hard skill? What is the soft about that? Okay, now I give you the answer, because I also thought of this. Your machine skills and other skills in which you are trained in your college, they are hard skills. It started with US Army. US armed military has given us this word, soft skill. This was in 69 to 72. US Army was trained very well in all the machines, machine guns, and so your tanks and all these things, and aeroplane and all. But later on they realized that training the soldier in machines and in hard things is okay. They did well. But the team where the leader was good, with good communication skills, good interpersonal skills, good leadership abilities, that team was the best. Then there was lots of research on this. So hard skills, they said, are your machine skills. So the opposite word they chose is soft skills. Nowadays, people say that soft skill is a very derogatory term. No, anybody who is soft, sometimes it is derogatory also. Don't be so soft on your child. Be firm. So that is derogatory. So people are saying now that they want to change it to hard skill, core skill. Nowadays, they are trying to shift over to core skill instead of soft skill. But that hasn't happened as yet. Now we come to the last slide of my presentation. If you look up, this is a tree. We have got social grace, branches. We have got social grace, we have got social skills, we have got team spirit and everything. But like branches of a tree, we all grow in different directions. I am different from you, Deepika is different from me, and all these things, we are different. Our skills are different, but our strong roots keep us all confident and all together. What are these? Etiquettes, values, interpersonal relations, innovation, and our behavioral traits. These are our roots. We may be different in branches, but our roots, if they are strong, we shall have very strong soft skills, not communication skills, but soft skills. And soft skill contain all the skills that I have talked about. And I must have the last slide, Deepika. Last slide. This is very important. Thank you. So with this, we finish our lecture. I think we finished in 1 hour.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a really wonderful session.
Thank you.
Participants, if you have any questions, we still have time. You can go for it.
I
If you
still
any
have time.
Yeah, ma'am. Means I have set the time up to 11:30. So maybe we
Okay,
have,
they can have their questions,
so
but
they can
will
go
it
for
be
their question
okay,
answer.
Deepika?
Yeah, one by
Sometimes
one. One
one
by
by one.
one. Yeah.
One
Or
by
you
one. It
can,
is
or you
not
can,
audible otherwise.
yeah. Otherwise, you can do one thing. You just write it down in the chat box. I'll ask the question to the ma'am. That too will be fine. If you have any questions, please write down on the chat box. Anyone? If you have any question, you can ask straight away, one by one, or you can write it down on the chat box. I'll ask it. I think it was so, means they were able to understand everything. That's why they don't have any questions. Or they are very...
That's a good compliment. And since you say, before I go, I would like to narrate a small story, which may be a little, you can say, which may be very relevant to our topic.
Yeah, ma'am.
See, there was one, in America, there was a bus going from one big village to another big village, and in between they used to pick up, say, passengers from small stops. There was a driver, he joined. He was very small, thin, and small height. So his name was John, and people used to call him Small John. En route, in one of the stops, say within 1 week, twice or thrice, one man used to get up the bus, very hefty, tall, broad, and quite people were scared of him, with a very booming voice. And as soon as he used to get up the bus, board the bus, in America, the driver punches the ticket and you come from the front door. As soon as he would climb up, he would say, he was very big, his name was also John, and people used to call him Big John. So he used to say, Big John does not buy ticket. Now, looking at his entire get-up, his voice and all, Small John was so scared, he would never ask him to take ticket. One day he didn't ask. Twice, thrice, every week it started happening. Small John said, I am not doing my duty. I am not sincere. I must, but I don't have the courage to ask him. So he took 1 month's leave. He joined a gym. You can understand, after 1 month, or gym even can change him in very other things, but not in his body. But he came back after 1 month. He sat on his wheel. Big John came, and Big John, as usual, said, Big John does not buy ticket. Small John now had gained confidence. Look here, we talked about self-confidence. He stopped the bus and he says, why, Big John? Why won't you buy ticket? This is a must. Big John didn't say anything. He stood up. When he stood up, people started looking at him. और उन्होंने कहा अब तो झगड़ा हो गया और इसने स्मॉल जॉन को लेके कॉलर से पकड़ के नीचे फेंक देगा और बहुत गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. Big John stood up, his head touching the say roof of the bus, and he says, Big John does not buy ticket because Big John has got a pass. उसने अपना पास निकाल के दिखा दिया. And so what happens is sometimes we don't have confidence and we let go things. That happens. So another thing, we take things for granted. अगर कोई बड़ा आदमी है, बहुत बड़ा है, वो कहता है don't buy ticket, तो हम सोचते बुरा ही आदमी होगा. बुरा नहीं होता. So these are some of the things in personal, interpersonal things which we should be able to discern. That man may not be bad if he is big and if he is very strong and all that. हम preconceived notions बना लेते हैं, उनको भी नहीं बनाना है. So I thank you very much, and Deepika.
Yeah, ma'am. I also thank you very much, and I hope that all our small Johns will gain confidence, and in our coming sessions they will be able to ask questions to the people, to the presenters. With that, ma'am, I thank you really very much, and I'm really very glad that you accepted my invitation, that also in such a short notice.
Thank you, and I'm sorry, initially it was so difficult connecting.
But when you become
and you helped
comfortable,
me.
it becomes nice.
You helped me a lot. For that also, I thank you. So,
no, ma'am, very much.
Shall we call it a day?
Yeah, ma'am, definitely.
Okay,
all the
your next.
participants, yes, I'll share the feedback on the WhatsApp group. So
Yeah,
you don't
sure,
have to
sure.
worry about that. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Thanks a lot, Usha ma'am. It was really very wonderful meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope to meet you again. Hope to meet you again on another topic.
Oh,
definitely, we'll try. We will bring ma'am
that
back
is,
again.
That is courtesy,
really motivated
courtesy,
us.
Deepika.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Your beautiful words had really motivated us, and we feel the change in us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May I know who is speaking?
Yes, ma'am. Karanjit here from Kumar University. I'm Deepika ma'am student.
Very nice. Very good student.
Okay.
One of our good students, Karanjit.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you. And I hope all these soft skills would help you a lot in life. So, thank you.
Yeah. On that note, so let's depart. We'll see you. We'll meet again tomorrow. And feedback link that will be provided on the WhatsApp group. So I hope that's sufficient for today.
Leave meeting कर दूँ ना अभी तो.